Another day passes and it's time for the club meeting already. Gotten a little more comfortable over here the past couple days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Hi H! Yo, sorry. Looks like you're in a good mood today. Heh. I'm just still not used to you being in the club, that's all. I see. It's a pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood. But I guess it's always the simple things with you anyway. Speaking of which, I'm kinda hungry. Will you come with me to buy a snack? Yeah. No thanks. Why? I like snacks. It's not like you at all. I have my reasons. Please do share. What are my reasons? Why don't we take a look at your purse, Sayori? Oh, am I paying for the snacks? Is that what it is? Like she goes down. Why? That's all of a sudden? No reason, really. I just want to look at it. Sayori nervously retrieves her coin purse. She fumbles with the latch and gets open. Then she turns it upside down and lets the contents spill into the desk. Only 2 small coins fall out. I knew it. I can see right through you, Sayori. That's not fair. How did you even know? It's simple. If you had money in the first place, you would have bought a snack before coming to the club room. So either you're not hungry and want an excuse to take a walk, or you plan to conveniently forget that you spent all your money so that I would lend you some. But there's one more thing. You're always hungry. And so that only leaves the one option. I give up. Don't make me feel guilty. If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. Yuri suddenly giggles. I didn't notice that she was listening in. Faces in her book as always. I wasn't listening or anything. It was just something in my book. Yuri! Tell H to let me borrow some money. That's... Yuri, tell her not to! Don't get me involved like that, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what you can reasonably afford. And frankly, after pulling a mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is fair enough for retribution. Damn. Did I didn't mean that. She has a bit of a dark side to her, Yuri. I got too absorbed into my book. I really like when you speak your mind, Yuri. Doesn't happen much, but it's a fun side of you. There's no way you could think that. You're right though. I did something bad, and now I have to accept the revolution. Retribution. I was about to say that didn't seem like the right word. That. Still coming from you, Sayori. I guess there's a little devil inside us all, isn't there? Don't let her fool you. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to the club before she even told me. But you wouldn't have come if it weren't for the cupcakes. So I had to trick Natsuki into making them. Come on, give me more credit than that, Sayori. Someone slap her? What happened? Yeah. Out of nowhere, something smacks Sayori in the face and tumbles onto the desk. Ow! What was? A cookie? What? Sure enough, it's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Will it just fall out of the sky? Sayori glances around. Is this a miracle? I do like Sayori. Because I paid my restitution. Retribution. Actually, that one almost worked. I was just gonna give it to you. But then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. It was totally worth seeing your reaction though. Natsuki! That's so nice of you! She could have handed it to you and not slapped your face with it. I'm so happy! Sayori hugs the cookie. Just eat it. Sayori rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite. So good! Sayori suddenly clasps her hand over their mouth. I bit my tongue! You're going through a lot over just one cookie. Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie. Yours looks good too, Natsuki. Can I try it? Jeez. Beggars can't be choosers. But yours is chocolate. Yeah, why do you think I gave you that one? Fine. Still, I'm really happy that you shared this one with me. Sari gets her seat and goes behind Natsuki, then wraps her arms around her. Ah, jeez. I get it! Cookie still in hand, Natsuki reaches up to nudge Sari off her. Sari suddenly leans down and takes a bite of Natsuki's cookie. Hey! Did you seriously just do that? She's gone. It's fast as I've seen her move. Mouthful, Sayori trots away to safety. Yuri and I laugh as well. Dude, you're such a kid sometimes. Monika, can you tell Sayori? Eh? Natsuki glances around. Monika's in the club room. Ah. Where's Monika anyway? Good question. Have any of you heard anything about her late today? Not me. Yeah, I haven't either. It's unusual. Hope she's okay. Of course she's okay. She probably just has something to do today. She's pretty popular after all. Don't think she has a... I wouldn't be surprised. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined. That's true. Excuse me? Suddenly the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. Oh, there you are. I didn't mean to be late. Hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Monika chose the club over her boyfriend after all. You're so strong-willed. But boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about? Monika quickly glances at me. Never mind that. What held you up anyway? My last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kinda just lost track of time. That makes no sense though. You would have heard the bell ring at least. I must not have heard it since I was practicing piano. Piano? That wasn't where you played music as well, Monika. I don't really. Kinda started recently. She's sweating. Why? I always wanted to learn piano. That's so cool! You should play something for us, Monika. That's... Monika looks at me. Why are you looking at me? Maybe once I get a little better I will. Yay! Sounds cool. I'd also look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, H. Monika smiles sweetly. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. Been practicing a whole lot recently. I'd really love the chance to share once I'm ready. I see. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So I didn't miss anything, did I? Sorori got slapped with a cookie. It's about as entertaining as it got. Not really, no. I chose to leave out Sayori's mischievous escapade. I'm not sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyway. Sorry. Looks like everyone has settled down. Sayori somehow already finished her entire cookie. Yuri is back to her book and Natsuki disappeared into the closet. Is that where she lives? I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more. But at the same time I feel bad for distracting her from reading. Kashi comes to the cover of her book. Looks like the same book she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me, and our eyes meet for a split second. So... enjoying your book? Well, that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry. I was just spacing out. I muttered this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh. It's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious, how come you have two copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday... that's not what I meant. I mean... I just happened to buy two of them. Oh, I see. Did she buy a book just for me? Cute. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. You're an idiot. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time pinning it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about anyway? Well, it's a smart book. Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous looking eye symbol on the front cover. Alright. I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. It's basically about this girl in high school who moves in with her long lost younger sister. But as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart. That's it's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like I was going to be in a nice story, so that dark turn came out of nowhere. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, H? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kind of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that those kind of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange, new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals, or their own philosophy that they believe in. Is this foreshadowing? At all? Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm so sorry. I don't apologise. Haven't lost interest or anything. Well, guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. It's kind of the whole point of talking about books and all that. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to! What are you saying? Just a moment ago you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. Quickly retrieve the book that I put in my bag. Alright. It's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to it. Ooh! Yeah. Are you sure? You can't say no if you don't want me to sit next to you. You seem a little apprehensive. I'm so sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just that something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in the company of someone, or being near someone, or having someone even sit near me. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. Are we gonna go over the poems? I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It says, if I can feel presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri's in the corner of my eye. She's just staring at you. I realise that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. That was just... Yuri, you really apologise a lot, don't you? I do. I don't really mean to. Sorry. Oh, bless her. I mean... Here, this should work, right? I slid my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Hurriedly, Timmy closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. Oh! Feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Oh! Look at me making moves on a girl! Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and the forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. As if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? Yep. To turn the page, you idiot! Ah, sorry. I think I got distracted for a second. Glance over at Yuri's face again. Our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. Probably the least I can do. Since you've been so patient with me. Yeah. Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assumed she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. Oh, her eyes move. Gee, I didn't realize. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways. But she also has a second... But she also second guesses all the things she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see your head or anything. Into your head or anything. But they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. Yuri remains silent for a moment. But H, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that. But wait, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. Guess I mean, that's kind of cute. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay everyone. I think it's about time we shared today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhaled, spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kinda down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not. It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close up on the top of my thumb. Alright. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you? I guess I don't have much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. Alrighty. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then stuff it back into my bag. Okay. Who should I... I kind of want to show it to Natsuki because she's a bit more blunt. I've spent some time with Yuri. I'm gonna go Natsuki. Well, it's not really any worse than your last one. Thanks. But I can't really say it's any better either. Phew. Phew, what? Well, anything that isn't a train wreck I'll take as a win. And I get the feeling you're probably the most critical. Hey, what makes you... Wait, maybe that was a compliment. Glad to see someone recognizes my experience. Well then, keep practicing, maybe be as good as me someday. That's, Someone tells me Natsuki completely missed the point. Come to think of it, it kind of reminds me of Yuri's poem from yesterday. You think so? Yeah, well I guess if you've been friends with her for so long, you might be one on the same wavelength. But you never really struck me as her type. Yuri has a type all of a sudden? Well, I don't know, but honestly, how can someone so fluffy spend so much time with someone like you? It's like she's dragging around a dead weight. Oh, that was a little unnecessary. But think of it this way, if it weren't for me, she would probably just fly away like letting go of a balloon. You could say we take care of each other in our own way. Whatever it is, I don't get it. Oh yeah, I guess I'm supposed to read my poem. Here. Oh god, this is longer! Amy likes spiders! Solid start. I don't like spiders. Who the fuck likes spiders? You know what I heard about Amy? Amy likes spiders. Icky, wriggly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Started off so pleasant, but then, damn. Amy has a cute singing voice. Heard her singing my favourite love song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm of the words. But she likes spiders, that's why I'm not friends with her. One time I hurt my leg really badly. Amy helped me up and took me to the nurse. I tried not to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a lot of friends. I always see her talking to people. She probably talks about spiders. What if her friends start to like spiders too? That's why I'm not friends with her. Doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. Doesn't matter if she keeps it private. It doesn't matter if it doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross. She's gross. The world is better off without spider lovers. And I'm going to tell everyone. It should say at the bottom. From Natsuki. Not bad, right? It's quite a bit longer than yesterday's. Yesterday's was way too short. I was just warming up. Hope you didn't think that was the best I could do. No, of course not. Anyway, the message is pretty straightforward in this poem. I doubt I have to explain it. Sometimes you can explain complicated issues with much simpler analogies, and it helps people realize how stupid they're being. Like anyone would agree that the subject of this poem is an ignorant jerk. Do you know people like that? Of course. It's about how everyone thinks that doesn't matter. It can be anything. It can be about anything. I wrote it to be easy to relate to. Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or guilty pleasure. Something that you're afraid, if people find out, they'd make fun of you or think less of you. Do you like spiders, Natsuki? But that just makes people stupid. Who cares what someone likes, as long as they're not hurting anyone and it makes them happy? I think people really need to learn to respect others for liking weird things. Well, you're definitely right. Yeah, I like Natsuki. It's a good, strong message. At least I can relate to that. I'm sure a lot of other people can too. It's what I do best, after all. I don't like writing unless there's a good message to take away from it. Like conveying emotion is important. I want to make people think, not just feel. Remember that. I'm gonna write a good one tomorrow, too, so look forward to it. I will. Monica, you're kind of weird. Yuri. Let's see what you've written for today. Yuri stares at the poem with a surprised expression on her face. Do you like it? H, how did you pick up on this so quickly? Just yesterday I was telling you the kind of technique's worth practicing. Maybe that's why. You did a good job explaining. I really want to try giving it more imagery. Yuri visibly swallows. Even her hands appear sweaty. I'm not used to this. Used to what? I don't know. It's fine, take your time. Yuri breathes, collects her thoughts. I know that Yuri likes to think before she speaks, so I offer that patience to her. Yeah, just being appreciative of this, I guess. Probably sounds really stupid, but seeing someone motivated by my writing just makes me really happy. Are you saying you've never shared your writing before? Yuri nods. Really? Don't believe it. I really only write for myself. And besides, people would just laugh at me. You really think that? Again, Yuri nods. Even your close friends? Does she have friends? Yuri doesn't respond to that. Aw. Wonder why. Anyway, do you want to share the poem you wrote today? Yeah, I do. If it's with you. Oh god, I forgot you do the cursive writing. The raccoon! Oh, I like raccoons. It happened in the dead of night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. Okay. My attention was caught by scuttering of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an unordinary human. It gave the raccoon a piece of bread, my subconscious well aware of the consequences. Well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. Most animals are like that. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom? The bread, my hungry curiosity. The raccoon, an image. I don't know. The moon. I'm really struggling. increments its phase and reflects that much more light off of my cutting knife. The very same light that glistens in the eyes of the raccoon friend. Yeah, I slice the bread fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited. Perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions into the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken to follow me. Guys, I haven't got such a long poem today. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement. A rush of blood. Classic Pavlovian condition? Again, I don't know, sorry. I slice the bread, and I feed myself again. Cool. I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday's. Can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem is about. Thank God. That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style. Using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them. Yeah, if I take it at face value, then I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean. Don't say that! Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I want to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies. It's those sort of things I usually force to keep to myself. So I sometimes enjoy writing about them. Oh, that's funny. Didn't Asuka also write something about that? About someone being ridiculed for a strange interest? She did? Yeah. She was talking about how it doesn't matter what you're into as long as you're not hurting anyone. She's right. I mean, does she really feel that way? Yeah. Sounds like the two of you have a lot in common. That's interesting. To me, she seemed like the kind of person who would make fun of my hobbies. But I suppose that's my fault for judging, isn't it? Ah, please don't tell her I said that. Don't worry, I have no reason to. Okay. Well, thank you for sharing it with me. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I would probably hate myself. I might be ranting a bit now. But I'm glad that you're a good listener. Cool! Spent a lot of time with Yuri, so I'm gonna go with Monica. What are you saying? Hi again, H. How's the writing going? Shit. Alright, I guess. I'll take that. As long as it's not going bad. Happy with that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. I wouldn't count on that. You never know. Want to share what you wrote today? Sure, here you go. Give my poem to Monica. Alright. Great job, H. I was going, oh, in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easier for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way it always counts when I put in some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Yuri, who likes simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness. Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write that effectively. Both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyse all the nuances. And take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. Not really asked though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? Yes, please! I like this way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Alright, let's take a look. Save me! The colours. They won't stop. Bright, beautiful flowers. Colours. Flashing, expanding, piercing. Red, green, blue. An endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise that won't stop. Violent, grating waveforms. Squeaking, screeching, piercing. Sign... Cuisine? Tangent. Like playing a chalkboard on a turntable. playing a violin on a pizza crust. An endless poem of meaningless. Load me? What? Why? Monica? I guess it's just the way it writes. Sorry if you don't like it. No, I never said that. It's just kind of thing I've never seen before, I guess. It's kind of like playing with my space in the paper. Choosing where and how to space your words can totally change the mood of the poem. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines really short makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise. I see. Still hard for me to tell what it's about though. Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be abstract as a physical expression of feeling, or a conversation with the reader. So putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Oh yeah. Sometimes you find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. Monica, what are you doing? You never know when you might change your mind. Or when something unexpected may happen. Wait, is this tip even about writing? What the fuck is happening? What am I even talking about? That's my advice for a day. That's not a writing tip. Why are you breaking the fourth wall? Kinda. Thanks for listening. Sayori, cheer me up please. I'm glad I left you to last. Sayori. Oh. I like this one, H. Some nice feelings in it. Oh, I'm glad. Still though, your tone makes it sound like you liked yesterday's poem better. I guess you caught me. Sometimes you know me a little too well for my own good. Well, don't just try to be nice about it. If I'm doing a bad job, then I'd rather just hear it. No. I still like this one, I promise. You know I wouldn't lie to you, H. Never ever. Yeah, I guess so. What made yesterday's poem so great compared to this one then? Well, I'm not very good at picking up poems, good or bad. But that's why I just go by my heart. If it makes me feel things, then it must be a good poem. I'm not sure that's exactly how it works. And then again, I guess conveying feelings is a pretty important part of this whole thing. Yeah, maybe. Also, I don't even know what kind of writing you like in the first place. Yeah, me neither. Huh? Why don't you at least try giving it some thought? Oh, you want to write something for me? That's so sweet. Yeah, right. But you're always thinking about other people. You need to think about yourself once in a while. If you don't, you might end up getting hurt at some point. Eh? Well, don't really know what you mean, but I'll try to keep it in mind. Well, whatever. Anyway, let's see. I guess I like happy poems. Wait, sometimes I like sad poems too. Sometimes a little bit of both. There's a word for it, that, right? What's the word I'm looking for? Bittersweet. Yeah. I like things that are happy and things that are sad. Happy and sad. Can't see you liking something sad, Sayori. Well, I like happy for the most part. But sometimes, when you have a little rain cloud in your head, a sad poem can help give you the rain cloud a little hug. And make a nice happy rainbow. I'm glad I picked Sayori last because Monica freaked me out. Sayori, that's unexpectedly poetic. Yeah, it is. Maybe I'm getting better at expressing my feelings after all. Thanks, H. Should go write that down then. You can read my poem now, okay? Oh, everyone's poems are longer. Bottles. I pop off my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. It's the secret place where I keep all my dreams. Little balls of sunshine, all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly, but there's no time to waste. Put it in a bottle to keep it safe. I put the bottle on the shelf with all the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in bottles. All in a row. My collection makes me lots of friends. Each bottle starlight to make amends. Sometimes my friend feels a certain way. Down comes a little bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams. Friend after friend, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go, like exploring a dark cave, discovering secrets and hiding in nooks and crannies. Digging and digging, scrapping and scrapping. I blow dust off my bottle caps. Doesn't feel like time elapsed. My empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally all done, I open up and in come my friends. In they come, in such a hurry. Did they want my bottles that much? I frantically pull them from the shelf, one after the other, holding them out to each and every friend. Each and every bottle. But every time I let one go, it shatters against the tile between my feet. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in shards all over the floor. It's supposed to be for my friends. My friends who aren't smiling. They're all shouting, pleading, something. But all I hear is echo, 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 inside my head. That's actually pretty good. Damn, Sayori. Holy crap. Sayori, did you really write this? Of course I did. Didn't I tell you yesterday I was going to write the best poem ever? Yeah, but I didn't expect something like this coming from you. Monica taught me a whole lot. And I've been really in touch with my feelings recently. I see that. It's almost kind of creepy. Creepy? Well, not exactly. Maybe because I'm so used to you being cheerful. Well, never mind. I'm thinking too hard about it. The point is it came out good, so you should be proud of it. Aw, thanks. I feel like I was meant to express myself this way. It even helps me understand my own feelings a little better. Writing is like magic. You've gotten pretty passionate about this, huh? I hope you keep it up. Yay! Writing's the best. I'm gonna keep writing until I die. Don't get ahead of yourself. Sayori's always in a habit of getting obsessed with something before dropping it, no more than a week later. I wonder if this is one of those times. But seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to be pessimistic. Okay everyone, I don't trust you. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? I have something extra planned today, so if everyone could come sit at the front of the room. Oh god. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Do we have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? We won't need much more than a few decorations. Sayori has been working on posters and I've designed some pamphlets we can give out during the event. Okay, that's great and all, but that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event. Ah, sorry. I thought you heard about it already. We're going to be performing. I don't do well performing. Performing? Monica? Yeah, we're going to be having a poetry performance. Each of us are going to choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is, we're also going to let anyone else come up and recite poems too. Sayori's putting it all on the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Sayori, who's been coloring a poster, holds it up for us to see. Can I see? Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't already start putting these posters up, did you? Well I did. Do you really think it's a bad an idea? Well, no. Not a bad idea. I didn't sign up for this, you know? There is no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that. I agree with Natsuki. Not the first time that these two agree on something. I could never in my life do something like that. Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear. Guys? No, Sayori. I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until a couple of days ago. So let's ask them to recite their poems out loud to a whole room of people. Guess I kind of overlooked that, so I'm sorry. But still think we should give it our best. The only ones responsible for the fate of this club. We start the event and each put on a good performance, then it will inspire others to do the same. The more people perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature is all about. Yay! It's about expressing your feelings. Being intimate with yourself. Don't say that in a school! Finding new horizons. And having fun. That's right. It's those reasons that we're all in this club today. Don't you want to share that with others? To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought us in here in the first place? I know you do. I know we all do. All it takes is standing in front of the room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem. And I know you can do it. Huh. Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Sayori looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sayori and Monika have been really trying hard to get new members. The least we can do is help them out a little bit. Well, maybe, but... Looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left. Okay, fine. I guess I'll just have to get over with. Alright! Yeah. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? Yuri dejectedly glances around at everyone else's expectant faces. I guess I don't really have a choice. That's everyone. You're the best, Yuri. This club is seriously going to be the death of me. Oh gosh. You'll be fine, Yuri. Anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. I'm going to practice reciting them in front of each other. No way! Monika! This is too sudden! Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? Oh no. Don't worry. I'll start off to help everyone feel a little bit more comfortable. Can I go next? Of course. Now let's see. Monika flips through her notebook to specify a poem she has in mind for herself. She then stands behind the podium. The title of this poem is The Way They Fly. Monika begins reciting her poem. Oh good, I don't have to read it. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line. She recites, bringing the words to life. Something she's done before, or is she simply a natural? Glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monika. Sayori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand, probably fear. Finally, Monika finishes the recitation. 4 of us applaud. Monika takes a breath and smiles. That was so good, Monika! Thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. You ready to go next, Yuri? I'll go next. What? Yuri's fired up all of a sudden? Yuri clutches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quickly over to the podium. This poem is called... Yuri anxiously glances at each of us. You can do it, Yuri! It's called After Image of a Crimson Eye. Yuri's voice shakes at the start as she starts reading the poem. Just a moment ago she practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed into her books. Her quivering words transform into the sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns, and its structure that she enunciates with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality and glances around her, as if she's bewildered even herself. Hi. So it's me to save the situation. I'm first to start applauding. Everyone joins me afterward, and we give Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not that we don't want to applaud for her, but we're caught off so good that we must have forgotten. As we applaud, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back to her seat. Yuri, that was really good! Thank you for sharing. Looks like Yuri is down for the count. Okay, I guess I'm next then. So Yuri hops out of her chair and cheerfully walks to the podium. This one's called My Meadow. Sorry, I giggled. Yuri? It's a lot harder than I thought. How did you guys do it so easily? Try not to think of it like you're reciting to other people. Imagine you're reciting it to yourself, like in front of a mirror, or in your own head. It's your poem, so it'll come out the best way. Best that way. I see. Okay then. Yuri begins her poem. Somehow it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. The poem isn't aimlessly cheery like Sayori. It's serene and bittersweet. If I were to read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it. but hearing it come from Sayori's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Sayori meant when she said she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through. Sayori finishes and we applaud. I did it! Good job, Sayori. Even H liked it. Guess that's a good sign. What does that even mean? Came out nicely, Sayori. The atmosphere of the poem fits you really nicely. But it might be that other poems wouldn't work quite as well with that kind of delivery. I don't really understand. In other words, I've seen poems of yours where that sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. They might need a little more force behind them, depending on what you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean. That's... well, I've been practicing that kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do in front of everyone. Then next time, I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges you a little more. We don't have much time before that festival, you know? Okay! Who's next? Natsuki. Heh. Don't make me go before H. It's not like I'm gonna compare it to you guys anyway. Might as well let H lower everyone's standards a little bit before I have to do it. I do like you. Natsuki. It's fine, it's fine. I might as well get over with. But it's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. I'll just have to go with what I wrote today. Stand up and step in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. Recite my poem. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's not too hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I'm finished, I receive an applause anyway. Sorry. I'm not really as good as everyone else. Don't worry about it so much. I think it's less about your abilities and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that'll improve over time though. Yeah, maybe. Alright then. That just leaves you, Natsuki. Yeah. Going! Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium. The poem is called... It's called... Why are you all looking at me? Because you're presenting. Anyway, the poem is called Jump. Natsuki takes a breath. Once she starts reciting the poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. While she's still a little unenthused, her poem has a rhythm and rhyme to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken aloud. The words feel like they bounce up and down, as if giving life to the poem. Natsuki finishes and everyone applauds. She hops back to her seat. That wasn't too bad, was it? Easy for you to say. You better not make me do that again. Ah, well. Do you at least feel prepared enough to recite a poem in front of other people? I mean, doing it in front of other people will be way easier. I can put on whatever face I want for other people. When it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing. That's a surprise, Natsuki. I think it'll be easier. It would be the other way around for me. Well, that's just how it is, so... Well, I guess in that case, you won't have much to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming through. Might be hard, but I hope that you all have an idea of what it is like now. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting. Jeez. Should probably find some other poem to recite instead. That's fine too. Doesn't have to be your own. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting in all this effort for the club. Makes me really happy. Yeah, no problem. Okay everyone, I think that's about it for today. I know the festival's coming up, but let's try to write poems for tomorrow as well. Been working out really nicely so far. I'd like to continue that. As for the festival, we'll finish planning tomorrow, and then we'll have the weekend to prepare for it. Monday's a big day. I can't wait! I can do this, I can do this. Alright. Stand up. No way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Sayori and Monica, but I'll do my best to get through it. For the sake of the club. And impressing Monica. Then I'll have to do my best. Ready to go, Sayori? Yep. Look at you two, always going home together like that. Kind of adorable, isn't it? Jeez guys, don't make such a big deal of it. Must be a little nice though. Well, I'm not supposed to respond to that. It's okay, H, you don't have to say it. Whatever, let's go already. Another day. Very strange day. I walk home with Yuri once more. Even though it's only been a few days, a lot of things have already changed. But today Yuri is being a little quieter than usual on the way home. Nice Yuri. Sorry, I was spacing out. Oh, no wonder. I was thinking about something from earlier. I like how we get to... I mean... Yuri fumbles with her words. So, let's just say one day, Yuri asked to walk home with you. Huh? What would you do? What kind of question is that? Kind of put me on the spot here. Oh no, don't! Is there a right or wrong answer? I mean, if she asked, I would walk home with Yuri. I would still walk home with Yuri. I mean, our entire friendship isn't based on us walking home together, is it? God, I hope not. I would walk home with Yuri. Walking home with Yuri, huh? Why does the thought of that make my heart pound? I mean... Given how hard it is for her to socialize, I'll feel awful turning her down, so... Isn't she so beautiful and smart? That has nothing to do with what I just said. Haha, you admit it. Jeez. There's not even any point in speculating something that's never going to happen. Well, maybe. But I just like to think about it. It's not long before you won't need me anymore, you know? Need you? Sorry. Can't figure out how you're seeing things in your head right now. Sorry. Everyone is different. Nobody in the club is a replacement for you. If you say so. The conversation trails off and I'm left feeling awkward. But it's kind of her fault for dropping me with such a weird question. Can't just lie to her. But if there's something that makes her happy, I'd hate to take that away from her. That's why I said there's no point in speculating. And again, the festival's only a few days away. Who knows what happened in that time? That was weird. Okay.